Yo, good morning. Good to see you.
Morning. Hello.
Good to see you. Welcome to Coffee Catch Up with the Ians. And I'm a little bit too animated for this time in the morning, 11 o'clock. I think it's just the coffee, or actually it's a cup of tea this morning. So good to see you. If you are checking in live, we love to say hello. So, let us know you're watching, and it'd be really good to see you. It's 3 months into lockdown. It's crazy, isn't it? Thankfully this week there's lots happening, which has been interesting. Good to see you, Leanne. Great to have you. Get your cup of coffee or your cup of tea, guys, and if you have buns, which we don't have, then that's great. You can eat them. I discovered that trying to eat buns and doing
Yeah, we
lines
tried
is
it
just
last
tricky.
week. Didn't work.
It's just for the image, and why do something just for the image? Because it just distracts you, these lovely tasting buns right in front of you. Anyway, I'm waffling, so I'm going to hand over to my lovely wife, who's going to...
All I'm going to say is hello.
Go on, there you go.
So I don't know what's going on. Anyway, so we're kind of in lockdown. We're kind of not. We're kind of in the middle of it all, and things are changing each week. Who knows what all is going on? But anyway.
Yeah, lots happening, lots of uncertainty, but also lots of things changing, which is really good.
Yeah.
Good to see you, Debbie. Great to see you, Dawn. Good to have you.
Yeah.
So I don't know how you've been connecting with people this week and how you've been connecting with people with lockdown. Maybe this week with some of the changes, you've been able to meet some people in your garden face to face. Maybe some family members. You've had them around. Maybe that's been really good. Maybe you're still self-isolating, and so you're all online. Probably like most of us, it's a little bit of a mix of both, a little bit of a hybrid. But we were made for connection. It's one of the things we talk about a lot. It's one of the things that the Bible actually says a lot about. We were made deeply to connect with God, but also with one another. And so our bodies are designed for it. Our eyes, our ears, our mouth, the senses that we have, being able to communicate with one another. And this time is not... It's not usual for us, it's not normal, it's not the way it was designed, and so we want to connect with one another, but it's not always that straightforward.
Yeah, well, I suppose that's what we were thinking during the pandemic. That's one of the things that's changed, right? How we connect with each other, how we connect with God. It's just kind of got thrown up in the air. And we've got launched and pushed into this world of online connection and Zoom, Facebook, everything else in between. And don't get me wrong, it's incredible. Without it, this would have been so much more tricky.
That's true.
But if you're like me, you're probably just missing that physical connection. There is something just different about it that is a wee bit harder. And sometimes even trying to connect online or the social media, there's just so much information coming at you. It can actually be a bit exhausting at times too. So anyway, for today's Coffee and Catch Up, what we wanted to think about or what we wanted to look at is to kind of ask the question is, where are you at the minute? Are you in a place of connection, or do you find yourself in a place of disconnection?
That's a good question, really good question. It's not that hot today. I don't know if you've been out for a walk or out in the garden. It's a little chillier, you might need a blanket with you, but there has been some hot days the last little while, hasn't there?
Yeah.
And one of our favourite things that the kids have to do when it's hot is they just want to get the hose out and put it on and the sprinkler and just run through it until they're completely drenched, and squeals of laughter ensue. It's the best thing to do for hours on end. I just don't get it. Well, kind of do. Like, who doesn't love a good water fight? But the thing with our hose is that there's an outside tap in the garage, but it's not the greatest connection, and so there's a bit of a knack to putting it on. And the other day the kids had decided to put it on themselves. Why not? And I came back to the garage and it was full of floods of puddles
Everywhere.
of water everywhere. And what was happening that wasn't properly connected. They hadn't got the knack of how to connect the hose right. So
Yeah, so from that very cheesy lead-in.
that's not cheesy. That's a great illustration. That was a great story.
What we're looking at then is how we connect with each other. It's deeply important, right? So whether it's in person or whether it's online, we really want our connections to be marked by love and encouragement and support and honesty and integrity. And so think about it, how is it that you've been connecting with those around you? Your friends, family, neighbour, work colleagues, and think a bit more than just in the garden with you or on a call with you, because we can be connecting but not be connected, right? And I think when we were thinking about this before, we we're thinking actually probably part of the difference is being present.
Yeah.
And
true,
that's harder to do than what we think sometimes.
Yeah,
And we can be in a room, but actually we're just withdrawing, we're shutting down the hatches, we're not really letting people into what's going on, or perhaps we don't even know ourselves.
Yeah, that's true for me sometimes, for sure. And to be honest, it is harder at this time to actually connect with people. Like, it does require more effort. There's a level of intention about it. You know, we get frustrated with the online stuff sometimes, or maybe we're tired out with the Zoom after 3 months. Certainly, it's not as straightforward as maybe we had before. Some, you know, connection points naturally put in. You know, we had different anchor points that we could gather with people or connect with people, and it was a lot easier. And so it does take a little bit of work, and you might be feeling that kind of wearing on you a little bit, I don't know. And certainly it means that sometimes you actually have to think a little bit harder about how you do that and what that looks like. And so also sometimes what happens is we just kind of begin to, this is too much work, I'll just withdraw a little bit more. And your world just becomes about really your four walls in your home. But actually we're always being invited to look at connecting with others beyond ourselves, whether that's or in person. And of course the invitation of Jesus is to reach out to the last, the lost and the least. And so that's challenging at this time perhaps, but it's also an invitation. So we want to not just to connect with those right around us, but actually look at how do we reach out to those that we haven't been connecting with.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was going to read you a wee verse actually.
Yeah, sorry, I was waffling there, so I'm sure you had
Yeah.
such great points that you got taken up by it, I'm sure, and like, yeah, I'm joking.
So
Right.
I was going to read, I don't know where this is going today, by the way, I'll just let you know that, but anyway,
That's great.
wherever you want to take it. in
Keep us on point, Shannon, keep
Hebrews
us on
10, verse 24, let's go to the Bible, always gets you on point. It says, "And let us consider how to stir up one another to love and good works, not neglecting to meet together as is the habit of some, but encouraging one another, and all the more as you see the day drawing near." So you see, yes, we can't do things like before, but let's get creative. You know, so we wanted to think today about actually how do we still connect? How do we push into connection? How do we push into being present in connection? And with restrictions lifting a bit, there's certainly more creative and easier ways we can do that. So let's talk about it. Let's think about it.
Yeah, absolutely. So like every week we try and think of some real practical things that can help us to engage with whatever we're talking about, and so we wanted to give some ideas just to help us with that. And so our first one is really to revisit our rhythms. The very beginning of all this, when everything was changing and in free fall, we talked a lot about rhythms and a lot about the patterns that we have in our life. I'm sure if you're anything like anybody, those rhythms are kind of going all over the place. I mean, be honest, how many of you are watching this in your jammies? It's just the reality of it, isn't it?
We had to get dressed.
Maybe your bedtime routine's up the left, you're having breakfast at 1 o'clock. I don't know what your rhythms are, but it's hard to keep those. But I would encourage you to revisit them this week, and particularly thinking about what intentional patterns that I have in my life for connecting with others, and particularly with those maybe I don't always connect with, or with those that are on the fringes. And so to think about your rhythms and how you're connecting with people on those.
Yeah, and then secondly, we are very excited to announce that we as a church are putting in some things for intentional connection over the summer. And in keeping with the social distancing guidance at the minute, some of those are even going to be in person. Woohoo!
Yay!
Exciting. So we are launching summer connection groups. And the sign up for these has gone live today, and they're going to begin and kick off on the week beginning the 13th of July, and they'll meet once a week. And there's a variety of some online groups and some in-person groups, you know, so there's choice there. There's men's group, book club, walking group, there's a movie group following the Chosen series. There's loads of things there. There'll be something for you. Just to let you know, because the face-to-face ones and the current restrictions, they'll be meeting outdoors. There'll be a maximum of 10. So some of those groups have a limit to the numbers attending them. So don't wait. Go and sign up now. Book the place for the one that is going to suit you best and you want to connect in with. But I just also wanted to put out to you, if you've just been connecting with us for these coffee and catch-ups, or maybe you're new to connecting with us on a Sunday morning, you know, this invite's for you. You know, there's loads of space at these. We would absolutely love to have you. These are brand new groups, so it's a very easy time to join. So come, connect, build fun, build friendship, and we'll get to inspire one another, encourage one another on, and living out this way of Jesus. So you're invited.
Brilliant. Excited about that. It's going to be great fun. You might not be able to wait until that, and actually, you know what, you just need to connect right now. Like, you're maybe feeling isolated, you're feeling withdrawn, you know that you need to reach out, and we would love to connect with you if that's the case. We would don't stay on the fringes, you know, let us know. So give us a direct message or send us an email, hello@foilvineyard.co.uk, and just reach out, say, hey, can someone check in? We would love to do that.
Yeah,
Really love to do that.
please do.
And then don't forget about Alpha Online, which is starting tonight. There's still time to sign up to that. Yeah, tonight, 7:30. So you can go to our website, foilvineyard.co.uk//alpha to sign up for that. But it's for people that are exploring faith, want to connect with others in a safe and fun environment to do that. And so yeah, get signed up for that.
So I think that's us for this week. We actually got to make a point, so I'm
We
glad we got there
It
by a
started a
meandering
little bit
way.
higgledy-piggledy, but we did get there. Like, it was really good.
So, so join us this week as we kind of think about connecting, and more than that, like being present in connections. And don't forget to go over to our website. I'll put the link in the comment section after this video. To sign up for those small groups. There's more information there. Sign up now. Go for it.
Yeah, great to see some of you guys there watching. Great to see Hillary, Michelle, Stacey,
Dawn.
Dawn. Yeah, it's great. Good to see it. And if you're watching back, great to see you as well. Stay in touch. Stay connecting.
And I think we'll go now before we waffle out anymore.
Okay.
Because this is a funny day.
See ya. Bye.
Love you lots. Bye.